Well, hello. God has given us an amazing gift. One of those gifts that He has given to us is that of words, being able to string together words, to be able to communicate a message or our thoughts or a lesson. Sometimes we do that in the forms of stories like fables or novels. Sometimes we'll do that in a different way. That's called poetry. And that's what we're getting ready to talk about today. Poems actually tell stories as well. Sometimes there's a character and a setting and a plot that goes along with your poem, and they express feelings in creative ways. They'll even use a musical cadence or rhythm that goes in, or a rhythmic pattern that will help you to communicate. So sometimes you'll use syllables, like when we did the haiku. They were 3 lines, but the first line had 5 syllables, the second line then had 7 syllables, and the next line had 5 syllables. And so it was a way to express our thoughts using those syllable forms. Sometimes there'll be a rhyming pattern. Now, not all poems have to rhyme. Sometimes there's a free verse or other types of poems that don't rhyme, but sometimes there's a rhyming pattern. And that's what we talked about earlier this year too, with the A, B, A, B. So the first and third lines would rhyme and the second and fourth lines would rhyme. Or an A, B, B. So then the top 2 lines rhyme and then the next 2 lines rhyme. Or it might be an A, B, C, B. And so the second and fourth lines would rhyme at the end of each one of those lines. And so that's a possibility. But poems usually could be short. Well, they could be short or they could be long. They could express an emotion or a feeling like sadness or joy or frustration or hesitation or just an uneasiness or a excitement about something. Some poems will have that obvious structure and others won't. But every poem is a work of art, and every poem uses God's beautiful, wonderful gift of language. Now, we've worked for the past several months talking about how to use grammar correctly and punctuation correctly and capitalization correctly. Poetry doesn't always use that correctly. Now, some forms will ask for certain pieces, like certain parts of speech or certain punctuation, but sometimes it's left to the creator, the author, to be able to figure out how they're going to punctuate or make that particular poem come alive with the capitalization or the line spaces or the usage of all of those particular words. So as you think about poems, think about writing about things that you enjoy, things that you're familiar with. Think about a list of things, maybe foods that you like, or colors that you like, or sports that you like to play, or hobbies that you have, favorite subjects that you enjoy. Thinking about animals that you like. If you like science, what is it that you can write about with science? Is it the little microbes inside of a petri dish, or is it a rock that you find hike? If you like history, are you writing about a particular person, or are you writing about an event? If you enjoy math, are you writing to be able to teach somebody how to do or remember a particular formula, or if you're writing to help somebody understand a concept? If you enjoy just spending time outside, you can probably hear the birds in the background. I know there's cars that have driven by. Each one of those things could be an inspiration to you. The clouds that are floating in the sky, you may find as an inspiration. The trees, you see the blossoms that are blooming behind me. Anything that you experience as you go out for a walk, as you are playing at your house, as you look at your toy shelf or your bookshelf or whatever it might be, try to find some inspiration about what you can write about. Thinking about the experiences, the emotions that you're feeling now with having the quarantine, or being together with family, or being together with family, whatever it might be that you're experiencing. Poetry is a way to be able, hopefully, you can think about a list, and in your creative writing journal, try to come up with at least 20 that you could go back on. Maybe it's money, or chocolate, or volleyball, or trampolines, or rocks, or rockets, or whatever it might be that really kind of floats your boat and helps you enjoy what you are doing. And so, as we prepare to write our poems, I want you to think through a list and then be ready to use that list in your writing of your poem. So thank you very much, and enjoy creating that list.